And we agree there that it is the single most important SNP in that besides very like disease variants such as APOE or BRCA, right? Besides those, MTHFR is probably as a single SNP, one of the most significant, if not the most significant non-disease SNP. So functional SNPs, we could call them. Okay. Now, there's whole companies that are just based on MTHFR. There's actually one company that charges $600 to get a test, and they just tell you MTHFR, and four other variants. Yeah, and they make their whole thing is just based on MTHFR, and they tell you your whole astronomy based on MTHFR and your future, how long you're gonna live. You've got this number of years to live, and I think that's nuts. But and we, as you were saying, we underplayed it a little bit, right? Because when you look at just the mainstream publications, there's things like there's conflicting research. You'll see one piece of research that says this, one piece of research that says that, and they're contradicting. But we do know that this has a effect on this enzyme, which is what's important. So we know that you have to get enough folate if you have this enzyme. Now, some questions I have is if you're getting enough methylfolate, does that negate the having this gene variant, the two T's?
So I will answer that. But just before I do, you talking about someone charging $600, oh my God, for just MTHFR is not okay. And even when I moved into this world 20 years ago, we were taught never to focus on one gene. Even though we didn't know nearly what we
Right.
know now, we still focused on, we started off with only 6 SNPs, but we also weren't charging. We were doing research, just trying to work out the stuff. But then as I went on and did my postdoctoral fellowship, we moved to 20, 30, and then we had a 100 SNP chip. So by 2012, just from a research perspective, we were using 100 SNPs. And then, of course, now look at what you do. That we just the knowledge and the technology is so much better. But you never want to be focusing on one SNP, even if it has a functional effect, because you don't know what's happening upstream, downstream.